This spoonful will make your geraniums grow like crazy. Today, I'll share a secret you'll thank me for. The volume of your flowers will significantly increase, thanks to two ingredients. Their combination provides the flowers with all the vitamins and minerals they need to bloom. Let me show you what to do. First, prepare a 5-liter jug of water. Now, it's time for the main ingredient of this fertilizer: fresh yeast. Yeast is a source of amino acids essential for the synthesis of proteins and enzymes in plants. You'll need 10 grams of it. Measure it out using a kitchen scale and then add it to the jug. Next, we need to add a special powder to the water with the yeast. You might be surprised, but this is eggshells. Eggshells are rich in many minerals, such as calcium, which is crucial for the growth of our plants. Here's how to prepare the powder. Rinse and dry the eggshells, then crush them into small pieces, or even better, grind them into a fine powder using a blender. Add 1 tablespoon of this powder to the jug with water and yeast. Mix everything thoroughly. Use this nutrient-rich water to water your geraniums. You'll notice the difference almost immediately. Their color will be more vibrant, and above all, the number of flowers will significantly increase. Add a tablespoon to each hole before planting tomatoes. Thanks to this, the tomatoes will be healthy and strong, and the fruits will be large and tasty like never before. Even the weakest tomato seedlings will thrive. Just 1 tablespoon of this powder is enough. This fertilizer poured into the hole for tomatoes will provide them with the necessary nutrients for growth. How to make it? Start by collecting eggshells. When you cook eggs or make scrambled eggs, save the eggshells. Leave the washed and clean ones to dry. Sometimes I crush them into smaller pieces earlier. It's easier to store them that way. They are perfect for tomatoes. Simply grind them into a fine powder. You can do this using a blender, but you can also use a coffee grinder. This powdery substance contains many minerals. Eggshells are primarily a source of calcium. Calcium is needed by tomatoes to fruit healthily. When planting tomatoes in the field, add a tablespoon of ground eggshells to each hole. 1 tablespoon per hole. You'll protect the tomatoes from diseases resulting from a lack of calcium or other minerals. An example is tomato fruit rot. Just a bit of eggshells, and you'll avoid such problems. Take an egg in a mortar. You'll make something extraordinary. Eggs contain many essential vitamins and minerals, but eggshells also contain a lot of valuable nutrients. Once you see this, you'll never throw eggshells away. You'll make an incredibly nutritious product out of them. This milky liquid is obtained precisely from them. Eggshells are rich in magnesium and calcium. They also contain other minerals. The most important of these is potassium. It is essential for the growth and flowering of plants. You don't need to buy expensive fertilizers anymore. This liquid is completely free. It helps strengthen plant roots. As a result, they can grow faster and stronger. The fertilizer is obtained from crushed eggshells. You can cook some eggs for breakfast and use the shells later. To crush the shells, you need a mortar. Place the shells in the mortar and grind them into fine powder. Transfer it to a container and add some lukewarm water. Stir until you get a milky consistency. When the eggshells settle at the bottom, pour the liquid into a spray bottle. Take this amazing nutrient fertilizer and spray it on your beloved plants. This fertilizer is also suitable for watering. In a short time, you'll see wonderful results. I add this to water and water my geraniums with it. They grow faster and immediately produce lots of new buds. The flowers are large and have a beautiful, vivid color. All you need is a large bottle. Pour 1.5 liters of regular water or rainwater into it. Next, you'll need some lager beer. Add a few teaspoons of this liquid gold to the bottle. Use natural or organic beer without additives or preservatives, as these can be harmful. The beverage of the gods contains yeast, sugars, and carbohydrates, which can serve as a quick source of energy for soil microorganisms. Yeast contains potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium, exactly what flowering plants like geraniums need. You'll see that this water will further strengthen your geraniums. Remember, geraniums don't like too much water, so water them in moderation. This water with a bit of lager is perfect for geraniums. In a short time, they will reward you with beautiful flowers. Especially during hot weather, mineral-rich water from the liquid gold will be very beneficial for geraniums. This natural fertilizer makes my flowers grow like crazy. It contains everything flowers need. I can use it on any plant in the house. My plants have finally stopped getting sick, and their roots have strengthened. The flowers are beautiful and healthy. Thanks to this fertilizer, potted plants have large green leaves. It increases the number of buds and shoots in flowering plants. This homemade mixture contains all the essential elements: potassium, phosphorus, calcium, silicon, zinc, and others. To prepare it, you'll need rice and either a blender or a coffee grinder. Start by making rice flour from the rice. Meanwhile, get a jar ready. Put a teaspoon of rice flour into the jar. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Heat 500 milliliters of water. Pour the hot water over the mixture in the jar. Close the jar and let it sit for 3 days. After this time, strain the mixture through a fine sieve. Dilute it. Add 500 milliliters of water for every 100 milliliters of fertilizer. You can save the rest of the jar's contents for later use. Now, water your plants with this mixture and wait for the results. Geraniums will bloom like never before, covering your entire balcony or terrace. This simple fertilizer costs nothing and eliminates the need for expensive commercial fertilizers. This liquid is completely free and rich in the essential nutrients for healthy plant growth. It contains nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and trace elements that support plant development. It's perfect for watering geraniums, and you'll see amazing results in no time. This wonderful fertilizer is made from crushed onion peels. All you need are 2 handfuls of onion peels. Pour a liter of hot water over them. Let the mixture sit overnight. The next day, the fertilizer is ready to use. For watering geraniums, dilute the onion peel fertilizer with an additional liter of water. Your geraniums will reward you with beautiful flowers. For use as a spray, you can use the onion mixture without diluting it. Pour the fertilizer into a spray bottle. The onion extract acts as a natural pesticide. Its strong smell repels unwanted insects without harming the plants or the environment. It's excellent for protecting against aphids. Regular use guarantees complete protection. Just a handful is enough, and your geraniums will bloom like crazy. They'll be covered in flowers and fill your entire balcony. Here's how to make a homemade fertilizer that works wonders. Put a tablespoon of rice into a coffee grinder or blender and grind it into rice flour. Add 1 tablespoon of rice flour to a jar. Then, add a tablespoon of sugar. Pour half a liter of hot water over everything. Close the jar tightly and set it in a warm place for 3 days. After this time, strain the mixture through a sieve or gauze to remove the rice remnants. Now, dilute the fertilizer with water in a 1:5 ratio. 1 part fertilizer to 5 parts water. Pour the prepared liquid evenly into the geranium pots. Water with this solution once every 2 weeks. Rice is rich in silicon, iron, and phosphorus, which are essential for plants to bloom. Use this natural fertilizer regularly, and you'll see your plants grow and bloom. Your geraniums will be healthy, lush, and full of colorful flowers. Try it yourself and enjoy the beauty of your plants all season long.